What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction, #1 best-selling and award-winning author, and of course, target of the evil corporate machines that are trying to silence anybody who's a critic of mainstream culture, trying to silence anybody who's out there really doing what they can to produce something new, to actually fight and combat them. Every time I get banned from something, I know that I'm right over the target, that I am firing in the right direction, and that it's time to push even harder. So I'm not going to be afraid. I'm never going to be afraid of anything on that level. I'm always going to tell you the truth. I'm always going to come at the mainstream corporate culture, and I'm always going to produce something that rivals and exceeds everything that they do. And this is exactly why they're afraid of me today. So if you saw Patreon last week, if you heard about this, I've talked about it quite a bit. They banned me. Here's Magda from Patreon, who's, hello, my name is Magda. I'm on the trust and safety team here at Patreon. Of course, so is trust and safety team, which they're antitrust and anti-safety if you want to get into it. Every single time one of these companies has something like that, they're always trying to politically harass someone. And let's make no mistake, this is happening because we're like right close to the midterm elections, and they want none of the messaging from anybody on the right wing to be able to get out. That's what happens during this time of the year. I want to let you know that your creator page has been removed for violating our community standards concerning hate speech. Now, it's interesting because I wrote back multiple times and I asked, what post did I make that violated any terms like that? And they would not give me an answer. And this is what corporate people do when they are trying to mess with you and they don't want to deal with a lawsuit. They don't actually want to stand behind their own words, because if they called something hate speech and it wasn't hate speech under the definition, which is there is a legal definition under the law for that, then they would actually be in huge trouble. Since they don't define it, I really don't have anything to go after them about. It's really evil the way these corporations do this, and it's really evil the way they target people like me who are just making comic books and making novels. There's nothing offensive in them. It's all pretty much PG-13 stuff, way tamer than anything you'd see in any Marvel movie or anything like that. It doesn't make reference to any political stuff because I try to keep that out of the comics. I've got Christian characters in the comics. Is that hate speech these days? Maybe it is. Maybe it is in 2022. I don't know. While diverse viewpoints are welcomed, they're not. There is no room on Patreon for creators who promote sentiments of discrimination based on gender identity or sexual orientation. So notice they don't actually even say that I'm promoting discrimination, because I don't discriminate against anybody. I'm very nice to everybody. I'm a nice person. But it's sentiments. So that way, like, they really make it so it's something completely unprovable that they're accusing me of. It's really, really insidious. It's sad. Our guidelines state that creators who violate the hate speech sections may be banned from using Patreon. So that's it. They banned me from it here. And so I set up a Subscribe, as a lot of people have been asking me to do for a long time, as a counter to this. So this is where you can come in as my loyal subscriber. I appreciate my customer base a lot. I set up a bunch of tiers just for you, and we'll go over those because, this is how you can support in the wake of Patreon banning me. It's been a very difficult month. I've had Indiegogo ban me over false pretenses, which I actually do have a reason for a lawsuit for them. And of course, I've had Patreon do so also. I know that the person who's out there harassing and targeting me all the time is trying to get my YouTube taken down too. And also my Kickstarter, my Amazon page. It's been a nightmare dealing with this psychotic individual. But we're going to continue anyway. We'll persist anyway. And Subscribe is a great way to do so. It's a much safer platform than a lot of the others that actually does allow conservative creators on there and free speech comparatively. So I've got a $1 tip jar if you just want to support that way. That's great. I've got plebe support. If you guys are familiar with my channel membership settings, I've got that too. On this, I write short stories periodically and short comics periodically. I don't do them that often, but this will be out for you. I think I am going to start making exclusive videos for Subscribe that just goes over like my writing, my process, my worlds, questions that you guys have. Just whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll be putting that in the plebe support category also, depending on what we figure out at that point. Citizen of Rosalandia, that's my $5 per month. This is a great value one. Whenever I come out with any of my comics, I put them digitally here first. So anything that I come out with. So High School Girl in the Crusades, Overmind, Flying Sparks, that all comes out here. There was a bit we were getting them cranked out monthly. We're trying to get back to that. It's really difficult in these times right now. And of course, this is going to help push us towards that financially to be able to do so with your support. $7 a month is the Holy Legionnaire, and this is going to be all my novels when they get finished. So if you want all the above, the novels, that's a great spot too. Airship Command Staff, this is where it is going to get into my major supporters for Airship Command Staff and Roslandian Royalty. What I'm going to do is eventually I'm going to have exclusive stories, and you can see the goals on the right-hand side here. I need about this much money on each side in order to start making exclusive comics and exclusive books and things like that. That's how it's going to be able to support me with just books that are going to be exclusive to you guys for the online stores here. So right now, we just have it set up that, once we get there, this will be, you guys will have access to the exclusive goodies. And at 20, I'm going to actually ship those out to the people who do it. That'll be gratis because you guys are the most awesome supporters. So that's what we got right now. And at 20, of course, I'm actually going to put my first drafts of all these things. You can just check out the process that way too. So thanks, guys. I would appreciate a ton of support. We're going to put this link in the description below. Sucks that Patreon did this. This is what they do, though. This is what all these companies do, and this is why we're here to fight back. You guys are the most awesome supporters in the business, and I can't wait to get there and get to a point where we're really exceeding what we were making on Patreon. And hopefully, we can get to this, like about $3,000 a month is what it's going to cost to just make exclusive comics, because the art's really expensive, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do awesome things down the road. All right, this is it. Hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below with what you think about all this, and please check out the subscription. Thanks.